What if I told you that fake friends and toxic colleagues can be exposed? Not with arguments, not with drama, but with a single move. Liars, manipulators, and silent competitors thrive when you doubt yourself. But there's a trick that forces them to reveal who they really are, and more importantly, makes them respect you without you saying a word. It's not about confrontation. It's about psychology. Once you learn this, you'll never waste energy fighting the wrong people again. Instead, you'll let your growth become the weapon that commands respect. Chapter 1: Who fake friends and colleagues really are. Fake friends aren't always loud. They don't always gossip or backstab in obvious ways. More often, they're quiet actors wearing masks. They pretend to support you, but inside, their energy is poison. Take the parasite friend or colleague. This person attaches themselves to you because your energy fuels them. They're always taking your time, your ideas, your emotional space, but rarely giving. They stick close because your light makes their darkness tolerable. Then there's the mirror mask, the friend or coworker who copies everything about you. At first, it feels flattering. They dress like you, borrow your phrases, mimic your workflow. But it isn't admiration. It's envy disguised as imitation. Their secret mission is to keep up with you, or better yet, outshine you. Finally, the silent competitor, the one who claps for you in public, but secretly measures your wins against their own failures. They don't want you to fail, but they don't want you to surpass them either. It's a toxic balance, and the moment you rise, their mask begins to slip. Chapter 2: Why they target you. Why do fake friends or colleagues exist in the first place? The answer is simple. Envy is a distorted form of admiration. They see in you something they can't create themselves. Think of it through the lens of social comparison theory and psychology. Humans naturally measure themselves against others, but for insecure people, every success you achieve feels like evidence of their own stagnation. When you grow, they are forced to confront their own lack of progress. That's painful. So instead of cheering, they quietly compete. In friendships, it shows up when your personal growth makes them uncomfortable. In workplaces, it appears when a colleague subtly undermines you because your competence threatens their position. It's not that they don't value you, they need you. You're their mirror, their measuring stick. They hang around not to support, but to compare, to control, and to keep score. And here's the dark truth. The higher you rise, the more exposed their insecurities become. That's why you'll always feel their resistance right when you start making progress. Chapter 3: The Trap of Confrontation. Here's where most people make the mistake. They call fake friends or toxic colleagues out directly. They accuse. They demand honesty. They push for clarity. And what happens? The fake friend flips the script. They say, "You're imagining things. Why are you so paranoid? You're overthinking. Relax." In psychology, this is called gaslighting, manipulating someone into doubting their own reality. The moment you confront, they put on the victim mask. Suddenly, you're the aggressive one, the problem, the insecure one. This works in offices too. Call out a colleague for undermining you, and they'll smile in front of the manager while painting you as overly sensitive. You walk away looking unstable, while their mask stays intact. Why? Because direct confrontation rarely works against manipulators. Their defenses are designed to survive attacks. It's like punching smoke. It only scatters but never breaks. So instead of fighting the mask, you need a smarter strategy. One that makes the mask slip on its own. And when it does, you won't need to accuse. They'll reveal themselves and respect you involuntarily. Chapter 4: The Move That Flips the Power. Here's the move. It's simple, subtle, but devastating. You don't accuse. You don't defend. You don't beg for honesty. Instead, in a calm, casual tone, you share your progress. Not bragging, not fishing for compliments. Just owning your growth like it's the most natural thing in the world. For example, with friends, I've been working on myself, and honestly, I feel stronger these days. I started a new habit, and it's been amazing for me. With colleagues, I ran some numbers differently, and the results are improving. I've been developing a new skill set, and it's helping me in this role. The secret here is delivery. You drop it casually, as if it's just part of the conversation. No big announcement, no stage lights. And then you observe. Real allies will celebrate. They'll cheer, get curious, and feel inspired. But fake friends or toxic colleagues? They'll flinch. They'll pause, look away, force a smile that doesn't quite reach their eyes. Some will downplay your progress. Others will immediately one-up you. "Oh, that's cool. I just started this big project too." That reaction is the truth you've been waiting for. Your calm growth exposes their insecurity like sunlight through glass. Chapter 5. The psychology behind the move. Why does this work so well? Because it targets the subconscious mind. Fake friends and manipulative colleagues survive by pretending. They wear masks. But the human brain betrays itself through micro-expressions, tiny, involuntary facial reactions that last less than a second. A flicker of envy, a tightening of the jaw, a glance downward, a silence that lingers too long. In psychology, this is explained by cognitive dissonance, the tension between what someone feels and what they try to show. When you present your growth calmly, their brain is forced to process two realities. Reality 1, they feel envy, discomfort, or threat. Reality 2, they must appear supportive. That conflict creates leaks. Their body language shifts, their tone falters, and you, simply by watching, see the truth. The brilliance is that you've given them no reason to defend, no excuse to fight back. You didn't accuse them. You didn't trap them with words. You just shared progress. Their mask slips not because you attacked, but because their own psychology betrayed them. And in that moment, whether they admit it or not, they respect you. Why? Because growth is the one thing they cannot deny. Chapter 6. Workplace. Specific applications. This strategy isn't just for friendships. It's incredibly powerful in workplaces. Picture this. You're in a meeting. A colleague who usually undermines you is sitting across the table. Instead of calling them out, you casually present a small improvement you've achieved in your role. You don't oversell it. You just state it. What happens? The room shifts. Real leaders lean forward, impressed. Allies nod. But the toxic colleague? They freeze. Their envy leaks hesitation, silence, or an awkward attempt to downplay you. That's because in the workplace, respect often follows results. When you calmly state your progress, you create a subtle power shift. They can't argue with results. They can't accuse you of arrogance because you didn't boast. You just stated facts. Psychologists call this status dynamics, the natural hierarchy that emerges in groups. When your results speak louder than their manipulations, their place in that hierarchy changes. Suddenly, they're forced to acknowledge your value, even if they don't like you. And slowly, that acknowledgement turns into respect. Chapter 7. How real allies respond. Here's the easiest way to separate the genuine from the fake. Watch how they react to your growth. Real friends, real colleagues, real allies, they'll celebrate, even your smallest wins. Their energy rises with yours. They'll say things like, "That's amazing, tell me more. I'm proud of you. That motivates me to start something too." That's the abundance mindset in action. The belief that your success doesn't threaten them, it inspires them. Fake friends and toxic colleagues, they do the opposite. They'll freeze, frown, or quickly change the topic. Some will dismiss your growth with sarcasm. "Oh, must be nice to have time for that." Others will compete immediately. "Cool, I just did something bigger." This simple test sharing progress and observing shows you who's truly in your corner. Because real allies don't fear your growth. They feed on it. Chapter 8. Protecting your energy and circle. Once you know who's fake and who's real, the next step is simple. Protect your energy. Stop oversharing with people who don't clap for you. Stop investing in colleagues who secretly root against you. Every conversation, every bit of trust, every drop of energy is currency. And fake friends? They're a bad investment. Instead, Double down on authenticity. Invest in colleagues who genuinely support your wins. Spend time with friends who push you higher instead of pulling you back. Psychologists call this boundary setting. Boundaries aren't walls to shut people out. They're filters to keep the wrong energy away. When you filter, your life naturally attracts the right people. Think of it this way. If someone can't celebrate your small wins, do they deserve a seat at your table for the big ones? Your growth becomes the ultimate filter, revealing who belongs in your circle and who doesn't. Chapter 9. The dark consequence of ignoring this. But what if you don't act? What if you let fake friends and toxic colleagues stay undetected? Over time, their influence eats at you. They'll plant doubt in your mind. They'll celebrate quietly when you fail. They'll sabotage with subtle comments. Are you sure you're ready for that? Or don't get ahead of yourself. One discouraging word at a time, your confidence erodes. Like venom dripping slowly into water, their poison spreads until you look back and realize your fire has dimmed. Not because of enemies, but because of the fake people you kept too close. That's the cost of ignoring the signs. Here's the final truth. You don't need to argue with fake friends or toxic colleagues. You don't need to expose them publicly. You don't even need to waste energy proving yourself. You just need to grow and watch. Growth is the ultimate test. Fake friends panic when you evolve. Toxic colleagues choke when your results shine. Respect isn't demanded. It's earned when your progress becomes undeniable. So try this move. Share your growth calmly. Watch their reactions. Then choose wisely who deserves your time, trust, and energy. Because when your circle is pure, your growth becomes unstoppable. Now tell me, have you ever noticed a fake friend or colleague go silent when you shared a win? Did they clap or did they flinch? Share your story below, because your experience might open someone else's eyes.